He made a pretty passionate statement about the third assistant and scholarships. Just kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Going right into it, huh? I, you know, I thought it was low-hanging fruit, an opportunity to really elevate our game. I was, just like all the coaches out there, I was disappointed it didn't pass. Um, I just think I think the growth of our sport should always be at the forefront by the people who care about it, and that was one way to grow our sport. I think scholarships are a real issue, but that was something that I thought could very easily have been passed. I haven't talked to, obviously haven't talked to all the athletic directors that voted against it, but I'm sure they had their reasons, and hopefully this will be something that in the future can be looked at and can be considered and passed. Because I do think having that coach to be able to go out and recruit, as a northern program where our fall, and this is all northern programs, our fall is pushed up because we're fighting the weather, so our fall ball starts earlier in September. And to be able to have your recruiting coordinator and your volunteer coach or that assistant be able to go out on the road and recruit and keep your pitching coach home to develop those pitchers instead of the recruiting coordinator and the pitching coach always out, that's obviously a benefit. But the experience and the opportunity for growth for that assistant coach, this is recruiting and player development are two pillars of all programs. And for those individuals to continue to grow as individuals and as coaches, they need those repetitions recruiting. They need to go out and see players, evaluate players, build relationships, expand their network, and put themselves in the best position to get opportunities. And it can do so much for our game of bringing in quality people, allowing our student athletes to be maximized. Why we don't count that guy already, I don't understand why we don't count him. I think we all agree that having an additional body would be great, but I think we all agree that having someone serve in a volunteer capacity and not get paid doesn't seem right either. So, I have a lot of thoughts on it, but I do think it was something that could have and should have been passed.
Tim?
I'm 32 years old. I'm married. I have a child. I leave the home at 7:30 every morning. I come back at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. I do it Sunday through Sunday. I don't get paid. I don't get compensated. My wife stays home with a baby, can't afford daycare, and God forbid he goes to daycare, gets sick. I don't have benefits, so I can't pay for that. Can't get a ticket to a football game, can't get a ticket to a basketball game, can't eat with a recruit. Why? I'm a volunteer. I stay all year, I work, I gotta go off in the summer, work camps. Why? I can't recruit. I'm a volunteer. I make camp money, I come home, put stress on my wife, can't have another child, costs money to have children, can't do it. I'm a volunteer. It's the most short-sighted thinking aspect of our game that we've been a part of. We lose good people to other jobs, other sports, softball, professional baseball. They leave baseball because they can't afford to stay in it. I got a volunteer on my right. Why that hasn't been changed, why that hasn't been turned over in the last couple of years is really, really sinful. It's dehumanizing in so many different ways. It doesn't open up opportunities. We're very white inside the sport. Erik and I have a collection of minorities, but because we're very white in the sport, we don't open up opportunities for other minorities. And I'm not talking about blacks, I'm not talking about Latins, I'm talking about women. I'm talking about other people that have an opportunity to potentially coach at this level. You say, women in baseball, women are in the NFL, women are doing Major League Baseball on TV. We limit ourselves greatly. And because of that, when you've got young people that aspire to go to college and play a sport, they look at the people coaching it. And when they don't see people like them, then they shut down the sport. Then they move to another sport. I can't believe we've done that to ourselves. I can't believe that we didn't overturn that. We said we'll revisit it in 2022. 2022, I don't know if I'll be alive. You know, we walk around and think that we're going to be living the next day. No, that should be adjusted immediately. It's something that needs to be done. For a 21-year-old kid like Jake Mangum to speak up, says everything you want to know. Student athletes thinking about that position, and someone that they work with every single day, someone who's always there, and you can't compensate them or reward them with just simple medical benefits. It's baffling and it's sad. It needs to be adjusted quickly, without question. We're better than that.
Okay. Adam?